Hi there, my name is Trevor Marks, and I'm the founder of the Your Birthday Mission. We're making positivity louder in our world in partnership with VaynerMedia. Now, I want to be very clear here. We have not partnered with Gary V. I want to repeat that. We have not partnered with Gary V and his company VaynerMedia yet. But we obviously want to, and that's why I've created this short presentation today. Now, I wanted to paint that picture for Gary and also document the completion of this presentation on Beyoncé's birthday. Now, Gary has said it multiple times. One piece of content, it can change your world. And who knows, maybe this is that piece of content for me. Now, a little bit more about me. I'm a huge Gary fan, and I was featured in Gary's Daily V episode 514 when we had dinner in Phoenix, Arizona before he spoke at a conference last year. I'm a huge charity water advocate, and I believe water changes everything. I've made it part of my personal mission to help charity water accomplish their global mission of providing everyone in the world with clean water in our lifetime. I love birthdays. I've got a case study from June 2018 to today that's going to go on for the rest of the year about birthdays. So I'm excited to share a little bit more with you soon. And finally, I want to explain why VaynerMedia should partner with the Your Birthday Mission as we head into the next decade. And yes, Gary, you heard that right. I'm thinking long-term just like you as we head into the next decade. Now, before I had dinner with you in Phoenix last November, Gary, and before we together created Daily V 514, me and my best friend Steven created this really short video to share with both you and Scott and other people. So here it is.
How do we inspire people for the next decade? So that instead of just a drive-by, hey, I saw this podcast, that's cool, 100%, I'll give $100.
What's the next scalable version of the birthday thing?
What if the answer to both Gary and Scott's questions was another question for people to answer?
Yeah, Gary, what's your birthday mission this year? I want to repeat that. And Gary, what's your birthday mission this year? So these are a series of videos that are really simple. Both sets, both in 2018 and what I'll show you in 2019, are roughly 30 to 45 seconds long, and I share these videos directly with my friends leading up to their birthdays, asking them the same question. What's their birthday mission? So the one on the left, I share 3 weeks before their birthday, and the one on the right, the second one, I share a week before their birthday. And these videos have helped create my case study that I'm about to share with you, the results of that case study. It's also helped me brand myself as this birthday charity water and t-shirt guy and advocate. And it's also helped prove my hypothesis that there's value for companies to do something similar. So if you didn't know it by now, this is the next scalable version of the birthday thing. And here are the two videos I'm going to share with you now. So imagine receiving this 3 weeks before your birthday.
You may not know this, but birthdays are changing the world. Your birthday is your personal platform to share what you care about. I want to inspire you to donate your birthday to a cause or charity that's special to you. And most importantly, I'd love to be the first to donate to that special cause of yours. So please let me know if you end up donating your birthday to a charity close to your heart this year. So what's your birthday mission?
And then imagine receiving this a week before your birthday.
Hey, you! Do you have a birthday? Of course you do. And it's a week away. Do you also have things that you care about and that are special to you? I sure hope so. Now close your eyes. Imagine if everyone donated their birthday to a cause or charity that they care about each year. What do you think our world would look like if that happened? So what's your birthday mission this year?
Finally, instead of Trevor sending it to Facebook friends, imagine if you got a similar type message from your employer. So our case study, I want to give you a summary and an overview of the data. So below, I'm going to break down the numbers and what they stand for in real life for my case study, and then I'll rephrase how people at VaynerMedia will be able to talk about these numbers and metrics through YBM's platform, both internally within the company at VM, and even externally too. So $31,466 has been raised from 1,253 total donations through birthday fundraisers I've supported on Facebook. VaynerMedia and VaynerMedia employees, they raised $31,466 through 1,253 different donations to VaynerMedia birthday missions. I've personally donated $1,086 supporting 153 different Facebook friends and 110 different charities through Facebook birthday fundraisers. VaynerMedia has directly donated $1,086 to their employee birthday missions. VaynerMedia has supported 153 different employees while donating to and supporting 110 different charities that VaynerMedia employees care about. Here's the breakdown for the number of times a particular charity category was chosen by one of my friends for their Facebook birthday fundraiser. Here's a breakdown for the number of times a particular charity category was chosen by VaynerMedia employees for their birthday mission. And finally, here are the top 20 charities my friends supported through their Facebook birthday fundraisers. Notice Charity Water is at the top. And here are the top 20 charities that VaynerMedia donated to by supporting their employee birthday missions. These are the most popular charities that VaynerMedia employees care about. So again, these are my real world stats, but that's how I want to phrase this and make it possible for companies to share when they support their employees and their employee birthday missions. So what we're building is a social legacy platform. So it's a social legacy platform that tells the story of the social good D-Rock, in this case, has done throughout his life. Additionally, or simultaneously, it creates a business legacy for VaynerMedia for supporting D-Rock and other employees at VaynerMedia by leveraging the causes that matter to them. And I want you to notice a few of your favorite nonprofits. Charity Water, you got the mouse over it. Pencils of Promise up in the corner up there. And then the Crohn's and Colitis Foundation. I know those are all very close to your heart. And finally, we're also able to provide valuable information to Charity Water because we're thinking about their donors' giving experience in a way that they can't. Now finally, I'm sure you've seen a dashboard in your life, Gary. Right now, this is simply a teaser for our bigger goals of the platform that we're currently building behind the scenes. I just wanted to give you a taste through these 4 simple images that you just saw and how we're able to provide value to people, to companies, and to charities in a different way to storytell that eliminates all the other noise and negativity and nonsense and numbness on all these other platforms. Now, for the main event, why VaynerMedia should partner with YBM as we head into the next decade. And I've got an incredibly unique story. In quitting my 6-figure job at one of the fastest growing startups in the nation, Opendoor, to spend all my money donating to my friends' Facebook birthday fundraisers is honestly, it's just the tip of the iceberg. I've also documented what I've done the entire year of 2019 with a different influencer's face on my shirt on their birthday across most social media platforms. So 2019 has been the year of the influencer. These are just some screenshots of some of our social media handles. And one example from this last year is that on January 26th, Ellen DeGeneres and I hung out with my nephew Parker. By the end of this year, there will be 365 different influencers represented on my shirts throughout 2019 with different stories of things that I did that day. Today is Beyonce's birthday, so Beyonce's hanging out with me as we document this. And who knows, maybe a guy named Gary will be on my shirt on November 14th. We'll just have to wait and see. Now in 2020, it'll be the year of that influencer's charity. So if you Google charities that Ellen DeGeneres has supported, you'll see a huge list. 51 charities. And here is that list. Now to create value, we're inviting each influencer to use me as their billboard on their birthday next year. Each influencer gets to pick one charity, which is their birthday mission. And I'll rep that charity shirt on their big day in 2020. In this totally hypothetical example, Ellen has chosen the Ellen Fund, which was established to support global conservation and endangered species. I'm reading the fine print right there on Ellen Fund Instagram. Finally, what we're able to do is give each influencer an exclusive and custom gift to help raise money for that charity that they choose. So in this example, this hypothetical example, it'd be for the Ellen Fund. I want to be crystal clear here. These are jabs, and there is no cost for me to rep their charity in 2020. I want to provide extreme value to each influencer and to the charity of their choosing. Now, as far as 2021, it'll be the year of the brand. Each influencer also gets to choose a brand that they care about, and I'll wear that brand's swag on their birthday in 2021. I'll also have part of my day around the brand that they choose, with an example I'll share here in a minute. So this too is a complete jab. I'm only thinking about providing value to each person and the company of their choice as well. So Ellen, she has tons of brands she could choose from. In 2021, she may tell me to eat Cheerios for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Or maybe she'll tell me to create a Shutterfly picture book of 2019 and 2020. Or who knows? Maybe she'll just have me wear her underwear. So for the next 2 years, I want to be the puppet for these 365 influencers on their birthday. They tell me what to wear. So besides this inherently being a fun idea and a way to raise money for a cause close to each influencer's heart, I want to share with you 5 reasons why every single influencer that's been represented on my shirt in 2019 on their birthday is going to tell me exactly what to wear over the next 2 years. And that's because it's public, it's exclusive, there's clear value, there's a sense of urgency, and it's restrictive. Let's dive into this. It is public. So I've documented all these influencers throughout 2019 across all these social media platforms. I'm believing in this social proof concept. When Gary or Ellen, as examples, pick a charity and a company, I believe other influencers on my shirts will follow. I also want to provide this exclusive gift because my real goal is to help raise money for the charity that each person chooses. Exclusivity. There are only 365 invitations. So think of all the influencers who didn't get invited. Nobody else can pick the same charity or brand as another influencer. So this will create urgency within the group. And as I just mentioned, I'm repeating it because it says exclusivity in the gift. My goal is to provide this exclusive and custom gift to help that person raise money for that charity. There is clear value. I'm thinking clear value in terms of like the blue check mark, right? So being a part of something bigger, right? All these influencers, they all influence. But this is a way for them to brand themselves with 300 plus other influencers that are making positivity louder in our world. Clear value because they get to choose. I'm letting the influencer brand him or herself with the charity and the company of their choice. Ultimately, there's value when you can raise money for charity that you care about. The blue check mark. Through our platform, I'll get to this a little bit later, but we're going to have the opportunity for these 365 influencers to have a gold check mark as a part of a legacy opportunity on our platform. And there will be a way for these influencers to possibly get compensated from the company of their choosing in 2021 for picking their brand as well. Now, a sense of urgency. This guy needs to go to the hospital if I were to guess. It is first come, first serve. Each charity and company can only be chosen once. And there will be 2 public competitions. We'll do women versus men. Which gender cares more? So which gender will choose everybody, all the women or all the men picking a charity first? One of them, one gender is going to do it. So which gender cares more? I also want to do the quickest month for everyone to choose a charity. There'll be some financial incentive or an extra donation that goes towards that charity. And finally, it's restrictive. There's one shot for all 365 of these influencers to work with the Your Birthday mission. If the influencer doesn't choose a charity, then we will not work with them ever again. So each influencer, they can also only pick one of each. They get to pick one charity, and they get to pick one company per influencer or per person. So there's value in that. And the only rule is being picked once. So from the first come, first serve basis, both charities and companies can only be picked once. So you can't duplicate a charity throughout the year. And I'm not going to read everything on the right side. It summarizes it. But what I want to share is that I know Gary is a big fan of restrictions. So here it goes.
If you created a social media platform, what would be the key feature and why? Anybody who's been close to me, big shout out to MSG, Joe Stump, and all my homies. You guys know, 6 years now, I've been talking shit, but I haven't executed about a social network that only allows you to post once a day. I'm a big fan of restrictions, and so I think that Snapchat and Twitter both won, disappearing in 24 hours or 140 characters. I love restrictions, and I think the ultimate restriction is stopping from people to yell every single thought and piece of crap content that's on their mind. If you could only say one thing every 24 hours, think about how valuable that would actually be. It would actually be the single most valuable thing you do, or more importantly, how much it meant to somebody if you said happy birthday to them, because that was the most important thing to you that day. It ups the value, and so for a long time I've wanted to build that.
Shout out to Wanda. Happy birthday.
And so I briefly want to touch on the last two bullet points and the restrictive nature that's applicable in two different ways with what I'm creating. One, the influencer shirts, the supply and demand, right? There's 365 days a year. So giving the influencers or these people the chance to pick one charity and one company, it's restrictive in that nature. And additionally, posting once a year on YBM's platform, Gary mentioned in that clip to post a social media platform that you can post once a day. Your birthday mission comes around once a year. So if you live to 100 and your parents start doing this for you in the future when you're 1 year old, right? For someone that's not born yet, they're going to have 100 posts available. So there's a different type of restrictive nature. And I don't want to pitch the platform right now, but I'm just saying in the core of what we're building, it is restrictiveness. So now at this point, I'm sure Gary is thinking, what the hell is in it for VaynerMedia? So I can talk about all the obvious answers like working together to make positivity louder, these unique, specific, and socially good and real stories of different influencers, charities, and companies. And obviously legacy being greater than currency, right? These different taglines that I believe in and that I'm trying to fundamentally include in the Your Birthday mission. I can also talk about how VaynerMedia can be, and I want them to be, one of the first companies to beta test our platform once it's ready so that it's impeccable, and how Gary can also be one of the first venture capitalists that will have an opportunity to invest in YBM down the road. But I want to talk about additional value for influencers. And as the CEO of VaynerMedia, I think Gary will like these answers too. So I've given a ton of jabs at this point, right? Giving up my body and letting influencers tell me what to wear for charities and companies in 2020 and 2021. And now I want to provide two more jabs for each influencer and for VaynerMedia too. So for $2,500, I want to partner with VaynerMedia for a social media takeover on their birthday. I want this to be an upsell or an additional value for influencers if and only if they want it. But I want to be able to collaborate with each influencer and amazing content creators at Vayner for what they want posted on their birthday. So half of this goes straight to VaynerMedia. The other half is invested right back in the Instagram ads, Facebook ads, etc. The Your Birthday mission receives $0 of the $2,500. I want to provide value. I want to jab at Gary and at the influencer that's taking their time to do this. Now, if each influencer wants to publicly be remembered on our platform as a legacy partner, it's going to cost $5,000. It's as simple as that. They get a gold check mark instead of a blue one. This is a one-time opportunity, and as you say, Gary, regret is poison. So the ball's in each of these influencers' courts if they want a gold check mark on our platform or not. With all that being said, I think my favorite part of this entire idea is that we're actually creating an infrastructure where we give each influencer incredible leverage so that they can even get compensated by the brand or company that they decide and choose upon in 2021 behind closed doors if they want to. So some influencers can and will talk to multiple brands about choosing them. Remember the Ellen example with Cheerios, Shutterfly, and her undies? I mean, Ellen ultimately gets to pick, but she can only pick one brand. And since I won't be wearing any company swag until 2021, we're not even going to make it live for these influencers to choose a company or a brand until October or November of next year in 2020. Now, as far as providing value to these companies and these brands that these influencers choose, we'd love to partner with the influencer that chose each company to provide some sort of Omaze-like experience for a single employee, for a few of the employees, or even for the entire company. So details will be ironed out over the next year or so. Additionally, each brand that is selected, there's that exclusivity. The influencer gets to select a brand. They'll also have the opportunity to be a legacy partner of the Your Birthday mission as well. So for $10,000, they'll get a gold check mark in 2021 next to their company's brand on our platform and their profile as well. And finally, throughout 2020, different brands will also have the ability and the opportunity to contact different influencers, just like the influencers can talk to multiple brands if they want. So in closing, I'd love to share more of my story behind closed doors with you, Gary. We can talk about problems many companies are experiencing with employee retention and my personal experience at 2 breakout and high growth companies, how millennials are searching for purpose, meaning, and fulfillment in their lives, the charitable and corporate giving stats, trends, and data of today, and what that will look like over the next decade and in the future. And finally, any other questions that you may have for me about what I just shared. So before I go, I want to emphasize that we're inviting business leaders of companies who care about their employees to support them in a way that they want to be remembered. And we're changing the world one birthday, one t-shirt, one charity, and one company at a time. Gary, I really, really, really look forward to talking with you and other executives and decision makers at VaynerMedia soon. I'm excited to provide value. Have a great day.